Now at Canberra, let's join Tony Campbell.
And away they go. Dr. Freeze missed it by about 2 or 3 lengths, and getting out well was Royal Joke. Mr. Conductor's up running second on the outside. Further back behind those Pine Bell, Greedy Pete and Blue Wings down on the inside. Further back behind those Bell Mondo, followed then by Covertane. Garamitta second last, and tacking onto the tail of the field, Dr. Freeze at the 600 metre mark in the first race of the day. And the leader was Royal Joke, about a long neck in front of Mr. Conductor, going well on the outside. 2 behind those Blue Wings, followed by Greedy Pete on the outside. A further break of about 2 behind those Bell Mondo, down on the inside Covertane. Well back was Pine Bell, followed then by Dr. Freeze and Garamitta's last. In the straight, they've got about 350 metres to go, and Royal Joke has kicked away. Having another go on the outside now was Mr. Conductor applying the pressure. They're well clear, about 2 or 3 in front of Greedy Pete. It's Mr. Conductor on the outside and Royal Joke there clear. They're going stride for stride. Mr. Conductor a nose in front as they get down towards the line, and Dr. Freeze from last. They hit the line. Oh, I think Mr. Conductor's held on. But a huge run by Dr. Freeze. Further back behind those then Royal Joke, and back in the field Greedy Pete, followed then by Bell Mondo, and pulling up quickly was Blue Wings, followed then by Pine Bell, and the last pair Covertane and Garamit. Goodness gracious me, what a run by Dr. Freeze. Now I tell you what, there's nothing in this. Nothing in this. Mr. Conductor and Dr. Freeze. There's a number 4 is the winner. Number 4 is the winner, Mr. Conductor holding on. Number 4, the winner, Mr. Conductor, just holding on from number 5, Dr. Freeze, and 10, Royal Joke. Matthew Carla's third. 4, 5 and 10, taking nothing away from the winner. But you must have seen or heard that run of Dr. Freeze. Mr. Conductor, the winner. Trained at Gundagai by David Blundell, ridden by Nick Souquet. A 2-year-old chestnut colt by Greenline Express out of Outshines, raced by H.H. Robertson, A.J. McAllister, M.J. Norton and J.G. Saunderson. Trained by David Blundell, ridden by Nick Souquet. Dr. Freeze is a 2-year-old brown colt by Brocco out of Chilcat, Frank Cleary, Mark de Montfort, and Royal Joke third is by Royal Academy out of Big Jester, Matthew Carl for John Morrissey.
Well, the favourites won. I suppose that makes the bulk of punters happy. But number 5, Dr. Freeze, it's made up the best part of 5 lengths from inside the final 200 metres, probably in the last 100 metres. Enormous run. And number 10, Royal Joke's run third. Now, they were...
Majorella has dismounted. Looks as though the veterinary surgeon's having a look at Majorella, a first starter trained by Sam Vella.
Quickly as Mendacity, Kohinoor's going up onto the speed, and right with them as well as Fritz Cullen's right there, and Crooked Sticks turning it on. Buster Brookfield's a little bit deeper out. Joe Hero's just in behind the speed when they settle down. Then Star of Gold and Country Rose. The next then is After 8 over on the outside. Back behind them, Golden Butterfly, Barwell Oksana, Agent Scully a long way back, and Sharon is last as Kohinoor takes over here. From Mendacity, the lightweights in front. Cullen's right with them, as to Fritz and Buster Brookfield, and Crooked Sticks out a little bit deeper. Country Rose looking to press on in the centre. Then we've got Star of Gold out wider. Joe Hero drawn right to the outside as After 8 and Agent Scully as they race to the 300 metres. Kohinoor, Cullen over on the inside of it. Fritz is looking to get out. Buster Brookfield is out and after them. Star of Gold getting through. Joe Hero's out wider, but Cullen has kicked, although coming after it now is the Southern Sprinter Fritz. Fritz goes to Cullen. Out wide, Sharon is absolutely flying with Star of Gold, but Fritz wins the Telegraph. Fritz, Sharon, Star of Gold, Golden Butterfly, Cullen, what a finish. Country Rose.
Miss Samba, followed then by Iridium Way Carillion. Delector's back second last, and Ingalara Creek at the tail of the field. As they race up towards the turn, there's a 3-way go here. Royal Spectre on the rails in the centre there in a circle. 3 wide, Pelicanos. Little between this trio as they swing around the turn. About 2 or 3 behind those. Atmospheric, followed by Concert Edition. Then Star Purdue on the outside, followed then by Majorella. A long break, Miss Samba, followed by Carillion. And Iridium Way as well back with Delector down towards the 200. And Pelicanos has cruised moves to the lead on the outside. Inner Circle is battling away there. Well clear, running on fairly well, was Atmospheric, but hands and heels on the outside. It's Pelicanos just in front of Inner Circle, and Pelicanos about a long head on the line. Pelicanos a long head. Inner Circle now close for third. We had Concert Edition or Atmospheric. Further back in the field, Iridium Way, followed by Ingalara Creek, then Royal Spectre, followed by Star Perdue. The next one, Delecta, followed then by Majorella, then Carillion, and Miss Samba, one of the last across the line.
Well, Tony Brussels tip, number 6, Pelicanos, Matty Carl the rider. It got the money, $2 the win, $1.20 the place. Second, number 11, which was Inner Circle, $1.40. Tony Fancies for third. Well, it's between, in fact, number 3, Concert Edition, and number 12, Atmospheric. But Pelicanos, ran in a bit, did give the second horse a little bit of a nudge a couple of times, but probably comfortably held it. Number 3, Concert Edition, has run third at Canberra, but they did brush those two about the 100-metre mark. Pelicanos did hang in and has brushed the runner-up Inner Circle. Time will tell, though. The third place getter, Concert Edition, to pay $1.90. Here's the... It has come in, but the rider of the runner-up, which was Grant Buckley, he doesn't really miss a beat, but nevertheless they have touched, and they are very tight. Boot to boot going over the line. I suppose anything can happen. Here's a replay now of the final stages of the Telegraph Handicap.
Scully as they race to the 300 metres. Kohinoor, Cullen over on the inside of it. Fritz is looking to get out. Buster Brookfield is out and after them. Star of Gold getting through. Joe Hero's out wider, but Cullen has kicked, although coming after it now is the Southern sprinter Fritz. Fritz goes to Cullen. Out wide, Sharon is absolutely flying with Star of Gold, but Fritz wins the Telegraph. Fritz, Sharon, Star of Gold, Golden Butterfly, Cullen, what a finish. Country Rose behind.
Well, there's a great rider from New Zealand coming back. That's Noel Harris. Noel Harris had a long and very successful association with some good gallopers from New Zealand, and he's got home on number 7, Fritz, which paid $17 odd in New Zealand, but it's paid $26 in Australia. So Fritz getting the money there from number 4, which was Chiron, and number 6, Star of Gold. And one of the trainers that Noel Harris rode very successfully for was Paddy Basutin, who was a regular in Australia for winter carnivals in Brisbane and spring carnivals in Melbourne. And the favourite, of course, Cullen, well, he looked a great chance 100 metres out, and they've just overwhelmed him. And Cullen's eventually finished 5th. That's the Telegraph Handicap from New Zealand. Here are the totes at Bulli on Lucky Bean, Baron Red Coach, Classic Tender. The New South Wales Quinella, $7.70, and the Trifecta, $178. From Geelong, Brani Jackson, Shakopi's Way and Richmond Ned, the Super Tab Quinella, $19.20, and the Trifecta, $543. If you took the exotics on the Telegraph Handicap from Wellington, Fritz, Chiron, Star of Gold, Big Quinella, $140.70 New South Wales, $128 Queensland. Trifectas, $2,481 New South Wales, $2,636 Queensland. Of Canberra, Tony Campbell.
Now they're just about set here. They're under starters' orders. Waiting on the line. There it is now. They're set. Gates open, a fairly good level start, although Blue Tiki didn't jump all that well, as back second last when they hit the ground, and Pandara Duplo last. And Peon got away well from Great Communicator, Princess Joanna, and Secret Heart is driving up along the inside, a good race for the lead. And further back behind those, Hackettstown, further back in the field now. Coupe de Monde is up running about third when they settle down. Choosy getting back to about 6th or 7th, followed then by Inheritance, and further back behind those in the field, Gold Hall. Now Blue Tiki back about 4th last, followed then by Queen of Scots. and another printer back towards the tail of the field with Pindari Duplo as they settle down and race down the side. 700 out, Princess Joanna the leader, taken on now by Choosy, moving up on the outside. Further back behind those on the inside, then Peon, and the other one in that group of horses there was Great Communicator, followed further back then Coupe de Monde. Off the track, gaining ground was Hackettstown, followed then by down towards the centre of the track, they're Only Natural, and Secret Heart is getting a beautiful run up along the inside as they swing. Well back behind those in the field, then came Blue Ticky, followed further back to Queen of Scots. Inheritance now towards the inside, well on the straight with about 300 to go, and Princess Joanna on the inside is the leader, about a half a length in front of Choosy, followed by Secret Heart getting up along the inside, angling for a run. Blue Ticky followed further back to Only Natural, and down the outside Gold Hall, but it's still Princess Joanna the leader, coming very quickly. Queen of Scots down the centre. Queen of Scots could be the one. They hit the line. Oh, Queen of Scots maybe. Queen of Scots maybe over Princess Joanna. Gold Hall is third, followed further back in the field Only Natural, followed by Choosy and Blue Ticky. The next one was Secret Heart, followed by Inheritance, then Great Communicator. Well back was Peon, followed then by Coupe de Monde, another printer, then Pindari Duplo, and the last one across the line was Hackettstown.
Good, good strong win there to Queen of Scots. John Grisdale, the rider. They all got home pretty hard. And that one on the extreme outside, that's Gold Hall, which also finished well. But the placings are 4, 12, 1. Queen of Scots, number 12 was Princess Joanna. It was the one that led and pulled like an army dentist. Princess Joanna, and still fought on to Only Just Fail. And Gold Hall has done his best work at the finish to run third. Now, there are the totes, the approximates. Queen of Scots, $7.60 and $2.30. Number 12, Princess Joanna, $4.40. And number 1, Gold Hall, also good odds, $3.40. So a nice trifecta coming up, and a quinella too, I'd imagine, in race 3. As John Grisdale brings Queen of Scots back after the third from Canberra. Race 4, 7 minutes past 3, the return of Catbird. It's the next race from Canberra. We got a few in the Black Oval. Chosen Valor, and then was in one of the preludes.
Chosen Valor leads the field around the turn, followed by Blazer moving up on the outside. Speedweek is third, followed by Catbird angling for a run on the inside. At a long last as they swing for home was Carp Street in the straight with about 350 metres to go, and Chosen Valor's the leader. Catbird locked away on the inside is angling for a run, getting out now. Down the outside is Blazer, followed then by Speedweek, but it's Chosen Valor the leader. Catbird on the outside is coming very, very quickly now, although Chosen Valor's giving plenty. Catbird can't make up the leadway, and Chosen Valor a length over Catbird. Blazers third, followed then by Speedweek and Carp Street last. And I can't believe they jumped before that race was finished in Victoria. Cannot believe it. Chosen Valor, ridden by John Nesbitt, has led all the way to win by about a length over Catbird. You'd imagine with a race with a lot of interest like the one here, why they couldn't have waited until that race was over. Well, I'm blowed if I know. Well, it was bad luck that that race clashed with Stony Creek. Number 5 is the winner, Chosen Valor, ridden by John Nesbitt. Number 1, Catbird, Mark de Montfort second, and 3, Blazer, ridden by Greg Reiners third. 5, 1 and 3. The winner scored by a length and a quarter.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. That was bad luck. They only had to wait about 30 seconds, and we would have got the entire race, but don't be disheartened. Maybe you don't want to see it again if you back Catbird, although he was a bit unlucky. He was in a very tight pocket in the straight. Let's pick up the replay from the start of Catbird's return to racing. Here's Tony.
They've got the light on here, studios. Now they're all in on their racing, got them away to a fairly good level start, and Catbird down on the inside got away well. Chosen Valor showing speed, followed by Blazer Speedweek, and about 2 at the tail of the field was Carp Street on, settling down. They've got about 700 to go, and Chosen Valor well clear, 2.5 in front of Catbird. Blazer and Speedweek all in a group behind the leader as they race towards the turn, and about 4 or 5 at the tail of the field was Carp Street. As they race up towards the home turn, they've got about 500 to go. Chosen Valor leads the field around the turn, followed by Blazer Blazer moving up on the outside. Speed Week is third, followed by Catbird angling for a run on the inside. At a long last as they swing for home was Carp Street. In the straight with about 350 metres to go, and Chosen Valor's the leader. Catbird locked away on the inside is angling for a run, getting out now. Down the outside as Blazer, followed then by Speed Week, but it's Chosen Valor the leader. Catbird on the outside is coming very, very quickly now. Although Chosen Valor's giving plenty, Catbird can't make up the lead way, and Chosen Valor a length over Catbird. Blazer's third, followed then by Speed Week and Carp Street last.
Well, there it was. There was the replay. Chosen Valor, it was the one they backed at long odds into $8.50 and $3. No favours given in that because the rider of Speed Week, Matty Carl, did have Mark de Montfort in a pocket and he wasn't going to let him out. It was only when Speed Week dropped out that Catbird got a clear run. Wouldn't be disappointed with Catbird. He wanted to go hard early and he's battled on very well. Just bad luck, that, though.
Angry Jet, Spirit of the West, they're set now. Gates open now. Standing in the stalls, Fascinating Bull was slowly away. Angry Jet got out well, and Opera Dancer down towards the inside was Inc. Out very wide going up was Waylon, followed by Rich Guy Backarul. Then Miss Margicate as they race past the winning post, followed by Spirit of the West. Fascinating Bull on the inside, and about Two Noble Tenor last of all. As they make their way out of the straight, a bit over 1,600 metres to go. Waylon is the leader now. Waylon leads the field out of the straight. Angry Jet is second. Backarul is third on the outside. A length or so behind those Inc. running fourth. Two behind those Rich Guy, just on a length and a half then. Opera Dancer second in the centre of the field. A similar margin behind those then Miss Margicate, followed by Fascinating Bull. Spirit of the West is second last on the outside, and Two Off Noble Tenor last. As they race down the back, they've got about 1,300 to go, and there's very little speed on. We're under a stranglehold. The leader was Waylon, about a length in front of Angry Jet. Ahead off third, Backarul is moving up on the outside. With the mouth open in fourth place was Inc. A further break behind those then, as they race down the back of the track, was Rich Guy, who's the favourite in the race. Just on the inside next was Opera Dancer, followed further back then Miss Margicate. Fascinating Bull is back third last, followed then by Spirit of the West. At a length and a half then Noble Tenor last of all, as they leave the back and race down the side, and they're still lobbing along out in front. And the leader was Waylon, a half a length in front of Backarul. A length off third Angry Jack, about 2.5 behind those. Now here's one taking off and going up towards the lead, Spirit of the West. Down on the inside, making up a bit of ground was Inc., followed by Rich Guy, who's between runners as they race towards the turn. A further break in the field, Miss Margicate, followed by Fascinating Bull. Now back towards the tail of the field there as they race towards the turn. Was Opera Dancer, and still Noble Tenor last of all. Around the turn, 400 to go, and Backarul moved up on the outside of Waylon. Angry Jet's down on the inside, followed by Rich Guy running on fairly well. Miss Margicate's putting in a run too. They're spread across the track. Then Inc. behind that division, followed then by Opera Dancer, and well back was Fascinating Bull inside the 200, and Miss Margicate raced up on the outside of Rich Guy. They're fighting it out. It's Miss Margicate and Rich Guy, and running on fairly well Opera Dancer, but Miss Margicate in front near the line. Miss Margicate about a half a length in front of Rich Guy. Opera Dancer third, followed further back in the field Angry Jet, then Fascinating Bull. The next one was Inc., followed by Backarul, well back Waylon, followed by Noble Tenor, and Spirit of the West was last.
They can find one to knock you out, can't they? Number 9, Miss Margicate, Ray Silburn, $12.50 and $3.30. Rich Guy, $1 the place, and number 10, Opera Dancer, $1.70. What about that thing down the side? Just set this alight. The favourite took off and was only there for 30 seconds, but it just made a mess of it. Anyway, such is life. Miss Margicate has blown us away. Rich Guy second, Opera Dancer third. They wonder why a bloke drinks. At Geelong, race 5 is due in a minute. Golden Campbell.
The line is set, folks. They're under starters' orders. 1,600 metres the journey. Son of Grace is the favourite, trained by Barbara Joseph. Mr. Spanky stands up well in the stalls. Lights on, racing. Keen Edge was slowly away, and Pluminel Bruma didn't jump all that well. Down on the inside, Lady Brianna got away well, and also Once a Blue Moon goes up. Out 3 wide, there goes Mr. Spanky, running on fairly well. In behind those, Pearl D'Or, followed then by New Magic, and further back to Son of Grace. Now Keen Edge is going up 3 and 4 wide. Back centre field, Berry Pie, followed further back Casino Fox. The next one was Sun Tie, Pluminel Bruma, followed by Frau Kingston, and 2 off at the tail of the field, Saturday Walk. Down the back they race at the 1,000 metre mark, and Mr. Spanky is the leader. Mr. Spanky a length in front. Lady Brianna second. Pearl D'Or third. Now Keen Edge goes up 3 wide, followed by Once a Blue Moon running 5th. In behind those then Berry Pie, followed then by Suntai, gaining ground but very wide. Son of Grace cluttered up between runners. Further back behind those then in the field came down on the inside New Magic, followed further back in the field Plumenel Broomer, and well back Casino Fox as they race down the side. And the last pair, Frau Kingston, racing on the inside of Saturday Walk. They've got about 550 to go, and Mr. Spanky leads the field towards the turn. Lady Brianna on the outside is running on fairly well, and wider out on the track as Keen Edge. Further back in the field then Lady Brianna. The next one was Suntai, followed by Son of Grace, who's being ridden along a bit as they race down the straight now, and well back behind those Casino Fox, but Mr. Spanky is giving plenty. Mr. Spanky the leader, but taken on now by Pearl D'Or on the outside. It's Mr. Spanky and Pearl D'Or. They're going stride for stride. Pearl D'Or on the outside and Mr. Spanky. Here's a great go. Pearl D'Or, Mr. Spanky. Pearl D'Or just in front, and Pearl D'Or a long head over Mr. Spanky, a great run. Son of Grace third, followed then by Casino Fox, Frau Kingston, then Keen Edge. Further back in the field, Once a Blue Moon, Lady Brianna, Saturday Walk, then New Magic. Further back behind those in the field, Berry Pie and Suntai and Plumenel Broomer were at the tail of the field.
Very strong rider, isn't he? Nick Souquet on Pearl D'Or. He rode the first race winner today, which was Mr. Conductor, and he's just punched Pearl D'Or home to beat Mr. Spanky, and Son of Grace was third. $4.90 and $2.20 for Pearl D'Or. Mr. Spanky, $2.70, and Son of Grace, $1.40. 1-5 and Piper Lane, $8.70. 11, 7, 4 and 9, the top 4 in the tote betting. And the other 2 in the top 6 are number 5 Dionysus and number 3 Butterscotch Blue. But they are double-figure odds. Terralgan race 3 and 4 minutes. Golden Zephyr is the favourite at 2:30 as we go to Canberra and join Tony Campbell.
Gates open. Now, Sandpiper Lane went back to the tail of the field, and Dionysus down on the inside got away well. Zadiva's prominent. Up on the outside looking for the lead, Territorial. Harmony Girl is down on the rails. In behind those, Gregan taking up a position, followed by Opera Count, then Olino. Miss Kett has cut up between runners, followed then by Sandpiper Lane gaining ground. Getting back in the field, far away hard, followed by Seattle Rocket, Butterscotch Blue. Up on the outside, our Jenner and Kingston Dawn is last. As they leave the back and race down the side, Harmony Girl, aided by that inside run, is the leader. Territorial 3 wide, second in between runners. A Diver moving to second now. About 2 behind those then. Gregan running on, followed then by Dionysus. Sandpiper Lane is prominent. 2 behind those, Miss Kent, as they race down towards the 600. A further length and a half then Olino, followed by Butterscotch Blue, far away Heart. Then our Jenner, Opera Count, Seattle Rocket, and about 2 or 3 Kingston Dawn last around the turn. As they swing around the home turn in the Australia Day Cup, Zadiva levels up alongside of Harmony Girl. Out 3 wide, Territorial, 4 wide, Sandpiper Lane. Parked in behind those running on Miss Kent, then Olino, and the next one was Dionysus, followed by Faraway Heart as they race down to the 200, and Sandpiper Lane is driven to the lead. Territorial down on the inside, but here's little Miss Kent. Oh, she's coming very, very quickly. Miss Kent has raced away inside the final 50 in a very impressive win. Miss Kent by about 2.5, Sandpiper Lane. Territorial third, then Gregan fourth. Further back behind those, Olino, then Dionysus, Zadiva. Up on the outside, Kingston Dawn. Further back to Faraway Heart, then Seattle Rocket, our Jenner, followed by Butterscotch Blue, and the last pair, Harmony Girl and Opera Count.
Well, you couldn't begrudge that little girl a win, number 11, Miss Kent. She barely comes up to the running rail, but gee, she's a good trier. And she was well back today, $2.60 and $1.40 for number 11, Miss Kent. Number 9, Sandpiper Lane, $2.60. Number 4, Territorial at $2.60. That's race 7 on the program. Greg Ryan, the winning rider of Miss Kent. Where now the Tony Campbell tip. Royce is the favourite at $3.50 on Super Tab. Tony Brassell's tip, number 4, Opera, is second pick at $4.20. And my get out is $5.30. So take your pick. Knowing our luck, something will get out and knock the lot of us out. That's Opera, the one just about to go into line now in what I think they describe as all bronze colours. on number 4. There's the Totes at Terralgan, Trapper Al, Blue Beret, Chocoholic, the Quinella $4.40, trifecta $116.80. As we go to Canberra now, Tony Campbell's call of race 8.
Now they're all in, the light is on, they're set. Racing in the last, Kintari was slowly away. Dwayne got out very, very quickly, taken on by Revived on the inside. Light Dawn's prominent with Opera Serenade, followed then by Sunamar going up wide. Blackstone in that group, followed then by Final Glimpse, and Royce is not too far away. Further back in the field as they settle down, Tansadet, followed then by Opera. Down on the inside as they race towards the 700-metre mark there was Impersonate. Further back to Savage Striker and Kintari as they race down towards the 600-metre point now. And Revived on the inside as the leader, followed by Sunamar second. A length and a half behind those are Dwayne, followed then by Opera Serenade. Blackstone is going wide. Further back then Royce, followed by Final Glimpse. In behind those Light Dawns as they race towards the turn. Now going up very wide was Opera. Further back to Savage Striker, then Eternal Dawn. Around the home turn in the last with about 350 to go. And Revived pinched a bit of a break, about a length and a half in front. Sunamar running on fairly well. Then a Dwayne on the inside. Royce is putting in a run, followed by Opera Serenade. And wider out of the track was Opera, followed by Kintari, but it's Revived giving plenty. Now Royce on the outside is coming quickly. It's Revived and Royce. Revived just in front near the line. Royce dived, maybe Revived, and nose over Royce. Nothing in it though. Out wide running on was Opera in a photo with a Dwayne, and also Sunamar on that group, and Final Glimpse. Further back then Impersonate, followed then by Kintari. Then well back in the field came Tansadet, followed by Blackstone pulling up quickly. Eternal Dawn well back in the field. Savage Striker and Light Dawn's one of the last across the line. Number 2 has lasted Revived. Number 2 has lasted Revived as the winner. Number 2 Revived. 2-3-1. 2-3-1. Sunamar. 2-3-1 in the last. Revived holding on, trained by Rhoda Bolgen, ridden by Rolly Saxton. The winner raced by K. Randall, C. Thumer, A. Richards. A 4-year-old bay mare by Zeditive out of Perfect Bid. Now second, Royce. Ridden by Greg Ryan, trained by Barbara Joseph. A 3-year-old chestnut gelding by Don't Say Halo out of Serves the Purpose. And one Sunamar in a blanket finish for third. Sunamar, a 4-year-old brown gelding by Sonic Express out of Amaru Flyer. Laurie Barrett, Grant Buckley.
Well, there it was. Well, the Get Out just got home. Revived. As a very clever person with words said, Revived survived. $5 the win, $1.70 the place for Revived. Number 3, Royce, $1.60, and number 1, Sunamar, $4.90. 2-3.